Russia pours more troops into war against Ukraine. Russia assaulted cities and towns along a boomerang-shaped front hundreds of miles long and poured more troops into Ukraine on Tuesday in a potentially pivotal battle for control of the country's eastern industrial heartland of coal mines and factories. If successful, the Russian offensive in what is known as the Donbas would essentially slice Ukraine in two and give President Vladimir Putin a badly needed victory following the failed attempt by Moscow's forces to storm the capital Kiev and heavier than expected casualties near 2 months into the war. The eastern cities of Kharkiv and Kramatorsk came under deadly attack. Russia also said it struck areas around Zaporizhia and Dnipro, west of the Donbas, with missiles. Multiple explosions were heard early Wednesday in the southern city of Mykolaiv, the regional governor said. A hospital was reported shelled earlier in the nearby town of Bashtanka. In Mariupol, the now devastated port city in the Donbas, Ukrainian troops said the Russian military dropped heavy bombs to flatten what was left of a sprawling steel plant. Russian Defense Ministry spokesman Major General Igor Konashenkov said Moscow's forces bombarded numerous Ukrainian military sites, including troop concentrations and missile warhead storage depots in or near several cities or villages. Those claims could not be independently verified. In what both sides described as a new phase of the war, the Russian assault began Monday along a front stretching more than 300 miles, that's 480 kilometers, from northeastern Ukraine to the country's southeast. Ukraine's military said Russian forces tried to break through our defenses along nearly the entire front line. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky said the Russian military was throwing everything it has into the battle, with most of its combat-ready forces now concentrated in Ukraine and just across the border in Russia. They have driven almost everyone and everything that is capable of fighting us against Ukraine, he said in his nightly video address to the nation. Weeks ago, after the abortive Russian push to take Kiev, the Kremlin declared that its main goal was to capture of the mostly Russian-speaking Donbas, where Moscow-backed separatists have been fighting Ukrainian forces for 8 years. A Russian victory in the Donbas would deprive Ukraine of the industrial assets concentrated there, including mines, metal plants, and heavy equipment factories. A senior U.S. defense official speaking on condition of anonymity to discuss the Pentagon's assessments of the war said the Russians had added 2 more combat units, known as battalion tactical groups, in Ukraine over the preceding 24 hours. That brought the total number of units in the country to 78, all of them in the south and the east, up from 65 last week, the official said. That would translate to about 55,000 to 62,000 troops, based on what the Pentagon said at the start of the war was the typical unit strength of 700 to 800 soldiers. But accurately determining Russia's fighting capacity at this stage is difficult. A European official, likewise speaking on condition of anonymity to discuss military assessments, said Russia also has 10,000 to 20,000 foreign fighters in the Donbas, while Ukraine portrayed the attacks on Monday as a start of the long-feared offensive in the east. Some observers noted that an escalation has been underway there for some time and questioned whether this was truly the start of a new offensive. The U.S. official said the offensive in the Donbas has begun in a limited way, mainly in an area southwest of the city of Donetsk and south of Izium. Justin Crump, a former British tank commander now with the strategic advisory company Sibylline, said the Ukrainian comments could in part be an attempt to persuade allies to send more weapons. President Joe Biden is expected to announce a new weapons package in the coming days that will include additional artillery and ammunition, according to a U.S. official who was not authorized to comment publicly and spoke on the condition of anonymity.
Давай, угадали машину. Да, хорошо,